Hello, this is Nolach, and this is a video on a variant that I found in Tarzan the Epic Adventures. This was a toy line from the 1990s by Trendmaster, and I've already done a review of this two-pack. This is Dicha versus Nolach the Kaldane. And so in that review, I had this version of Nolach, and this is a version with the head attached. This is glued on, you cannot remove the head, but this is not the way that it was meant to be. So there is actually two packs with the head not attached that you can, attach it so he looks like this, or you can have him, crawling without being attached to his body. So that's what we're going to take a look at. It's really easy to spot the difference between these two packs. So in the packaging, you will be able to see if Nolach's head is attached or not. If it's on the body in the packaging, then most likely it is the version that has the head glued on. And then this version, of course, we can see that the head is not attached. And so since I've already done a review of this, I'm just going to go ahead and open it up, and we can take a look at the Nolach with the unattached head. So quick review for those of you who don't know. So this is a Kaldane. So Kaldanes are creatures on Mars that have evolved to be all brain. So they're just these heads that crawl around on these legs. This is what's called a Rykor, and this is a creature that it will mount and ride around like a horse. And so you attach the head like that, and so now you have a Kaldane on its Rykor. Now, the one bit of artistic license is that the legs on the Kaldane shouldn't be showing when it's mounted to the Rykor, at least according to the novels. But I think it looks fine here. The head's a little bobbly here. Let me see if I can get it in there a little bit better. So it is a little funky getting the Kaldane to be secure on the Rykor. Right now he is, even though you can see a little bit of gap there if you look really close, but it is on there securely. You just have to play with it, but do so very carefully, because the Kaldane has these little prongs at the bottom that are very thin and could easily be broken or bent. But it is a really nice feature because it simulates the tentacles that are at the bottom of a Kaldane that attach to the Rykor spinal cord when it mounts its Rykor. So that's a really nice touch, but it's really cool to finally get a Kaldane on this scale that is unattached to a Rykor. So the cool thing is that now that you have a Kaldane on this scale, which comes with a Martian princess, you can actually recreate scenes from Chessmen of Mars, which is the novel that the Kaldane appear in. Now, this is supposed to be Dicha, that's what it says on the packaging, but it could easily be her daughter, Terra, who was the star of that novel. I do wish we had, kind of variants of Dicha in case you wanted to display Dicha and also recreate a scene with Terra here. But, a customizer could probably take care of that. You could probably paint this, to be the flying leathers that Terra was described as wearing in Chessmen of Mars. But I do definitely wish we had more Martian females in the line. As Rob Zombie says, Mars needs women, angry red women. That is a fantastic song, guys. Look that up, Mars Needs Women by Rob Zombie. And so here's a comparison between the 5.5-inch Kaldane and the one that's on this smaller scale with the two-pack. And I really like the color that they added to the legs. It's really nice. And weirdly enough, I feel like these two could actually coexist together. Like, maybe this is just a bigger Kaldane than this is. But it's really cool. I like them both. And here's a comparison between the 5.5-inch version of the Rykor without a head and the one that came in the two-pack. And both of them look quite nice. I think they really captured the look of the bigger figure in the smaller one. And the cool thing about the bigger version is that you can take all that armor off and make him more novel accurate. But however you like to display him, I think it's all good. And so these figures in the 2-pack are roughly on the 4-inch scale, so they scale pretty well with your old Superpowers and Secret Wars figures. So if you ever want a Joker to meet the Kaldane, there you go. So you may be asking yourself, why do we have two versions of Nolach the Kaldane on a 4-inch scale? One with the head glued on and one with the head separate. I can only speculate, but let me give you an anecdote from another toy line. In the Masters of the Universe Classics toy line, they tried to recreate this sword. This is Skeletor's sword from the 2002 toy line, and it can come apart into two halves. When they sent the sword to the factory, it looked like this. It was one piece, and the factory thought that that meant it needed to be glued together. They were just trying to show them, like, hey, it's supposed to be one piece in the packaging, and then, you know, the toy collector is supposed to be able to take it apart. Unfortunately, they misinterpreted that and glued it together. Mattel didn't like that, of course. They gave away the glued together swords, and then they had the factory do a make good and do the two halves of the sword that could combine into one. And so I think that is most likely what happened with Nolach the Kaldane. I think there was a miscommunication on this one, and then they did a make good, and that's how we got this version. The Kaldane have a rich legacy in pop culture. Heads that crawl around on spider legs have been in movies like The Thing. They have also been seen in animation, like in the Mask animated series. There was a villain like that, and Mr. Freeze ended up like that in the Batman animated stuff. And I suspect they're also the inspiration for Krang and the Utron in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that's really good for villains who only appeared in a single Mars novel. However, they have gotten a little bit more play in recent years. There was a Kaldane in the landing run of the Deidre Thoris comics over at Dynamite, which were actually pretty good. And also in the new novel, the new John Carter novel that just came out, that's part of the Swords of Eternity story arc that crosses over between Tarzan and John Carter and Carson of Venus. There is a Kaldane in that novel, and so that's really cool. And so I just wanted you guys to know about this really cool variant. And I've got a ton of other Tarzan the Epic Adventure reviews on my channel, so you can check those out. And I've also been doing a lot of shopping on eBay and got a ton of other figures. And so I'll be giving you a look at those and let you know what reviews you can look forward to in the coming months. So like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, see ya.